let's go to our next game, which is going to be this, and that's going to be the Jackson State Sam Houston game. Jackson State, and this is going to be not Jackson State, Jacksonville State. You know, Jackson State has become such a powerful entity in college football that now you get confused. Everybody with that starts with a J, A, you damn near would be saying Jackson State, but it's Jacksonville State and Sam Houston State, two new members of the old Conference USA. Conference USA looks nothing like itself anymore. Conference USA has a lot of teams that are coming from the FCS, and a lot of teams that are coming from the independent portion of college football as well too. But Sam Houston State is a team that was really good as a FCS school, and Jacksonville State was on the rise as a FCS school. So this is why they were able to make these moves, because schools have gotten richer over the years. More alumni is coming in, paying more money, and then say everybody has that guy that went to the college that's a uber millionaire or possibly a billionaire, and they start funding things for the school that makes it to where the school's a little bit more attractive. And this is what's happened to Sam Houston State and Jacksonville State. Now they're up with the big boys, because really they're moving on along because they've been able to establish themselves in Division I college basketball as well too. So that's been very helpful for these teams. Sam Houston has been able to take those checks that they've been getting for the last, 20 years or so. Jacksonville State, the same thing in these, tune-up games with the SEC and the Big 12, and that's why they're here. But let's get down to the gist of the game. You have Jacksonville State, who's 3-1 coming into this bad boy. They've done well, but they've done well against teams that are FCS schools and teams that are lower tier. Sam Houston, on the other hand, they're 0-3 coming into this game. And the reason being, Sam Houston has played against nothing but credible teams. And the one game that they did have in place that they possibly could have won, they lost by a very short margin. So when you look at the way that this game sets up, this game says, oh, this should be an easy one for Jacksonville State. They're going against a team that's winless. But this is Sam Houston's real first conference home game in their brand new conference, and I know that their crowd is going to show up and show out for them. I know that. They're even putting the game on ESPNU. And this is a big game because this team is going to be much improved in this. They have the right type of resume coming into the game. They challenged BYU. BYU beat them 14-0. Then they played a very good Air Force team who has a potent offense. They got beat 3-13. They held them to 13 points. And yes, the bottom fell out against old rival Houston University, but Houston's been a tune-up game. That's been a Houston tune-up game for I don't know how long. It's been a long time. So pretty much, those 3 games to me, they look much better than the 4 that Jacksonville State played in. Yes, Jacksonville State just beat Eastern Michigan 21-0, but Eastern Michigan's on a down year this year. Yeah, they lost to Coastal Carolina, who's kind of on a down year this year. But the key to me was having a tough time with UTEP. They beat UTEP 17-14, and then they come back and beat Eastern Tennessee State 49-3. So everything says, oh, I should take Jacksonville State. No, we are going to take Sam Houston in this spot because Sam Houston is hungry to get themselves a win. They're not that bad. It's just that who they matched up against. I just named all 3. All 3 of these schools play in conferences that are much better. And Air Force is seen as the favorite to win the Mountain West. BYU has just entered the Big 12, and they're actually somewhat of a player. And Houston is Houston. So pretty much with that, I truly do feel that the plus 200 money line is the play here. They're giving us a 6.5 point spread here. They're pretty much telling me that the home team should show up in this game. Because if they didn't think the home team would show up in this game, they would have made it a 9.5, 11.5. And they know Jacksonville State is just not good enough yet to warrant themselves a high spread. So when you leave them at 6.5, it's to say, okay, we kind of trust them and we kind of don't. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it shakes out. I'm taking Sam Houston State with the plus 200 money line. So we'll see. So we move forward